two meetings now. We have a regular meeting, then we have a reconvene meeting. And we're going to do the reconvene first. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion to reconvene the regular meeting of March 7th, 2023.
So moved.
Any questions, comments? Hearing none, we have a motion to reconvene the regular meeting of March 7th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, so we're down to enter the levy rates. Need a motion to enter the levy rates.
So moved.
Okay, questions, comments? Ms. Cummins? Yeah, Ms. Cummins?
The State Auditor's Office, they issued their formal letter after reviewing our schedule of proposed levy rates that we did back in March, and they found that the levy rates that we had established and calculated were correct. So tonight, we're going to enter into the general current expense levy, the 19.4, and that's set by statute. And then for our excess levy, we're going to come in with a 20.28 cents per $100 in assessed values, and that's about an 88% levy. Our authorized levy was at 90%, but because of the growth that the county has seen in assessed valuations, we've rolled it back to about an 88% levy. So total tax collections between the general and the excess levy will be around $3.3 million.
Any questions?
When you said the percentage of the levy, are you talking about the percentage of the maximum we're allowed to levy?
That's correct.
Any questions? Hearing none, we have a motion to accept to enter the levy rates as presented. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, so now we're at our regular April 18th, 2023 meeting. So at this time,
Should we adjourn the first one?
yes, we should adjourn. Yeah, it'd be a good thing. Okay, so at this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. It actually even says that on the thing, doesn't it? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Any questions, comments? Hearing none, we have a motion to adjourn the reconvene regular meeting of March 7th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Now we can move on. Okay, at this time, we will do the Pledge of Allegiance. And let's see, Ms. Yoke, would you lead us in that?
Sure.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we're down to approval of agenda. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Okay, we do have, under number 5 in finance, we have a motion there, an action there for lockers at the middle school. On the second page, under general maintenance and groundkeeper, we have a name under number 2, a new name. Under summer program teachers, Work County Primary Center, we have number 2, a new name there. Substitute custodians, there's 2 names that were added to agenda, and substitute maintenance, there's 3 names added to agenda. Under volunteers and chaperones, we have 1 new name. We have the add 1 assistant coach per sport is struck at the moment, and when we get there, Mr. McCallum will explain that to you. And under number 5, we are separating principal. It'll be a principal. We'll take a motion on principal's contract, and we'll take a separate motion on the assistant principal's contract. So it'll be two actions right there. And under number 6, it should, instead of board office director's positions index, and it should say board office federal programs director index, and we're only improving the 1, the empty, or not empty, but the vacant position. And Mr. McCown can explain that when we get to that point. And I think that's it. Any questions, comments?
That was board office, federal, what now?
Federal programs. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve the budget as We have a motion to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. It's going to be one of those nights, huh? Okay, we do not have any recognitions tonight. So under information, we have the monthly attendance report. Mr. McCown.
So Mr. Smith is with us to present that, as he does each month, so I'll turn it over to Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Mr. McCown. Thank you, Mr. Metz. In regards to the April attendance information, in the month of April, 32 households were sent 5-day unexcused absence letters. There were 5 truancy conferences that took place across the 3 schools since our last board meeting. Average attendance by school and district, primary center was at 92.4, middle school was at 91, high school was at 89.3, and the average county attendance rate was at 91%. The year-to-date attendance rate by school was as follows. Primary center at 91.1, middle school at 90.2, high school at 88.7, and the district had a year-to-date attendance rate of 90% as of April 13th. Year-to-date chronically absent students from the time frame since the beginning of school through April 13th, primary centers at 29.9, middle school was at 34.6, and the chronically absent rate at the high school was 38.7. For the district, the student rate is at 34.4%. And as I said at the last board meeting, or in May, I hope to compile like how many of those are due to unexcused absences exposed to. I'm trying to work out a formula to show you guys that next board meeting, or next time I speak to you all. Also, I caught a typo in your packet, but these are correct as they are on the slide here. The enrollment at the primary center is at 354, middle school is at 286, and the high school is 288, with a total enrollment of 928. That is an increase of 2 students in comparison to March. The Work County Primary Center enrollment increased by 2 students, and the middle school and high school remained the same in comparison to the March narrative. Here's a breakdown by grade. Pre-K is at 67, kindergarten is at 51, first grade is at 57, second grade is at 68, third grade at 56, fourth at 55, fifth at 71, sixth at 75, seventh at 71, eighth at 69, ninth at 76, 10th at 72, 11th at 75, and 12th at 65. As far as the school-based probation officer report, preventative contact was made with 26 students since the last board meeting in the form of face-to-face contact or at-risk letters. As I mentioned earlier, 5 truancy conferences took place. There were 3 that were placed in truancy diversion. Currently, that's a misprint there. 14 students are participating in the program. The 11 plus 3 equals 14 participating in the program. And the school-based probation officer made 82 contacts relating to the students in the program since the last meeting. So, anyone have any questions or concerns on any of that information or anything they want me to go back to?
I've got a question.
Yes.
And I don't know how, there's some seniors that may only have one class, and I know one particular kid that I don't think he has any classes. How does that count? Does that count as being here, or?
We make allowances for that, Brent, whether they're here one period. Some of them are half a day, some of them are one period.
Right.
They make allowances for that, and I can show you that the next time, Brent, if
Well,
I
that's
speak to
fine.
them.
I was just curious if there's any way we could help that,
Right, yeah.
and you've already taken care of that.
Right, yeah, so, yeah, we don't want to punish them for, working with us on that.
Well,
So
I just meant far as the school.
right, the numbers and such,
Right.
I understand, Brent. Yeah, that's a good question. Anyone else have any other
Any
questions?
other questions, comments? Okay, right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Okay, we're down to delegations, and this evening we do have one delegation. Mr. Cottrell, Will, you know the rules.
Sure, I
not
do.
gonna-
I'll try to make
I'm
this
not going to repeat them.
as brief as I can. I believe all best moral and ethical decisions are made by the well-informed. As a taxpayer and someone who's around a lot in the community, I've gotten a lot of questions about the indexing the positions and the increasing of contracts. I'm not on the clock. I will not be back on the clock until after the board meeting. The positions that we were talking about in the board office, they said it's down to one, but are we going to try to index another one later? That needs to be clarified because people are asking, are we doing one or more? And I'm not against anybody getting a raise. Most people aren't. I just think everybody in the school system should get one. For the amount of money you're spending on increasing contracts and indexing, you nearly could give $800 again to every employee. I want you to think about that a minute. So many feel that this is a little bit unfair. Again, I'm not against people getting raises. I think everybody deserves one. We live in a county where, we're one of the smallest populated, smallest tax bases in the state. We're poor by a lot of standards. And frankly, you got service personnel who are making less than $25,000, your average service person, a year. And the indexing alone would cover the cost of a whole year of one service personnel. So there's some things people are asking questions about. We live in tough times. Gas is $3.62 a gallon. You have groceries that are through the roof. There's some people this summer who have to make some tough decisions because they will not see their state pay raise. Because PIA has went so high, some may even have to take a cut on their pay. So when you think about all that, I just want you to consider these questions that are being asked by community members and myself, because they're really going to take it hard when they see these massive increases when they themselves are struggling. They really are. You have good employees, and many of them wear multiple hats. I know I do, and Mr. McCulty does. We all wear multiple hats, and some are questioning when they've come in and asked for raises, they told the money wasn't there, but yet we're indexing and increasing contracts for others. That is a legitimate question, and I think it should be asked. Another is that, we've asked a lot of our tax base, and I think we should be wise with our decisions and make sure that we are diligent about how we spend that money. I know that we're trying to compete with Wood County, but at the end of the day, we simply aren't that large a county. We simply don't have that size of a tax base. We simply don't have that size of a student body. So wanting to keep the salaries the same as a county that has that massive size is desirable, I'm sure, but it's not feasible in my view because you have employees who are struggling with really low wages. They really are. And we can't ignore that. You're the largest employer in the county. And so when you make a decision like this, it affects everybody. It affects some. And again, I've known several people that went and asked about raises and they said the money wasn't there, but then this action that you're considering says that it is. I don't know why we couldn't take and just give everybody a raise and lift everybody's morale. I think that would be a wise thing to do. This is my opinion. There are a lot of questions being asked by landowners and property owners who paid on this levy about this decision that you're about to make. As far as service personnel, I will always fight for service personnel. They really are the very best of us when it comes to how hard they work for what they work for. And they are quality employees. If not, you couldn't hire them. They're good people. I work with them every day. So I want to stand up for them and say that we should lift everybody up with our extra money. There's a lot of things you could do with that money, but if we're going to talk about raises, I don't think just some should get, the top 8 or 9 positions with increased contracts and indexing. I think we should give everybody one. And I think that would be just. I appreciate your time. I still respect and consider all of you, friends and acquaintances and coworkers, and I hope that you understand that I did not want to stand here and do this, but there are a lot of questions that are being asked. And there's a lot of people, there aren't just some, that wear multiple hats. You'll see me in the ceilings a lot of days, and that's not what a computer operator does. But I do it because I know I love this school, I love this county, and I want to see the best for it. And I just pray for you to make a wise decision, and I hope that you hear the questions that some of the folks are asking. Thank you for your time.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Cottrell. Okay, at this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the April 13th, 2023 regular meeting.
So moved.
Any questions, comments, corrections? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve the minutes of the April 13th, 2023 regular meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to finance. Need a motion to approve the payment of invoices in the amount of $63,098.43.
So moved.
Mr. McCall?
So one run of expenditures for your consideration and approval this evening on 4/13/2023 in the amount of $63,098.43. Noteworthy in this run, Gateway Education for $13,827.24, Worth County Middle School textbooks. State of West Virginia Adjunct General, $3,543.80. Mountaineer Challenge tuition for one student placement. West Virginia Supreme Court of Appeals, $14,372.23, which is our contracted service for our juvenile probation officers. So this run, again, totals $63,098.43.
Questions, comments? Hear none. We have a motion to approve the payment of invoices in the amount of $63,098.43. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. And no budget transfers tonight, so we're down to budget supplements. Now, we'll need a motion to approve budget supplements in the amount of $2,000.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
That is the only supplement this evening in the amount of $2,000, and this, as your packet says, West Virginia Department of Education grant for county teacher leadership support.
Any questions or comments? Hear none. We have a motion to approve budget supplements in the amount of $2,000. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to number 4, change order. Need a motion to approve change order number 001 in the amount of $17,250. Mr. McCown.
So as you recall, I believe it was on Mr. Smith's last maintenance update, over spring break, the HVAC project with balancing still left to do, but they went in, they changed over the control board and the pump in there, and they were kind of hard pressed to get that done in the week that we had spring break because there was no heat flowing during that time that they were getting that final work done. It got close to the wire and they needed to work overtime to get that work complete, and that's what this amount entails in the change order.
Questions, comments? Do we have a contingency that covered that, or was that? I'm sorry, Karen.
The contingency has been exhausted within the program as it was outlined by the architect. So I'll look for this. This project is right now funded out of ESSER round 3. The COVID money is what I call it, round 3. So I'll do my best to try to look within other line items there to see if we can move any monies around. If not, in absence of that, we'll have to come back to our capital projects fund and take the remaining out of there.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Hear none. We have a motion to approve the change order number 001 in the amount of $17,250. All in favor say aye. 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 Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, need a motion to approve the removal, purchase, and installation of new lockers at the middle school in the amount of $133,747.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So this is for the removal of old lockers and the replacement of the lockers at the middle school. Those are the original lockers that have been there since 1991. They have served us very well, but they are at the end of their useful life. So this company is part of a co-op that allows us to buy directly from them without getting competitive bids, but we did reach out to some other companies to make sure that this is in the ballpark. I think this is a quality locker, a better quality locker than the original lockers that were in there. And we're bringing this to you to get this put into place, to be a summertime project, to get completed over the summer before school starts next fall.
Questions, comments? 31 years. Got our money's worth. Kids taking great care of them. Any questions? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve the removal, purchase, installation of new lockers at the middle school in the amount of $133,747. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to personnel matters. First we have is resignations and leave of absences. Need a motion to approve Joyce Boyce's resignation as assistant softball coach at Ward County High School effective April 10th, 2023.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
Her letter was in your packet describing the reasoning for her resignation.
Any questions? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve Joyce Boyce's resignation as assistant softball coach, Ward County High School, effective April the 10th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, now I need a motion to approve Lisa Martin's resignation as substitute cook, effective April 24th, 2023. So moved. Mr. McCown?
So her letter was in your packet, and I believe work obligations from her full-time job have precluded her from subbing for us, so bringing her letter to you this evening.
Questions? Comments? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve Lisa Martin's resignation as substitute cook effective April 24th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. And now I need a motion to approve the resignation of Brandy Keaton, teacher at Ward County Primary Center, effective June 30th, 2023.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
Okay, her letter is in your packet. I'm sad to see her tender a letter. She's been an excellent teacher for us, but for the reasons stated in her letter, she is tendering it, and I wish her well in her future endeavors.
Questions, comments?
Question. In her letter, she mentions more flexible contract duties. Was that something that was discussed?
No, I think that she had expressed an interest in possibly doing that, but that's not an offer that has been extended. That would be a position that the board would have to authorize, and I don't see us needing a part-time person in that position. I believe that we'll need a full-time special ed teacher as she is currently there. So it's my intent to post that position currently as it is.
For a full-time position?
For a full-time position.
If we have difficulty finding that type of person, would we be able to have a part-time person for somebody that knows the students already? Or is it one of the issues where if we can't get a full-time position, we'd rather not have anyone there?
Well, I think there's different possibilities there, and I haven't spoke to Mrs. Keaton about those, but if she would want to become a substitute teacher and we couldn't fill that it's possible, but my first choice would be to post it and fill it with a full-time person. But in the absence of being employed as a substitute, if we have it posted and not filled, typically what happens is we put a long-term sub in the position while we try to fill it. But other than those two possibilities, specifics of that, I have not talked with her about any of those contingencies, but any of the vacancies that we've had trouble filling, we've filled with a long-term sub.
Is that, do we anticipate difficulties filling because it's within special ed, which is an additional?
We have had
skill set?
difficulties filling special ed positions at the middle school, and we've had some of those posted for some time.
I mean, because when I'm looking through the letter, it looks like that's something that might be discussed as an option for us to fill those if we can't fill it full time.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Hearing none, we have a motion to accept the resignation of Brandy Keaton, teacher at Worth County Primary Center, effective June 30th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, need a motion to approve Sandra Perdue for FMLA from April 3rd, 2023 to June 2nd, 2023.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So her FMLA paperwork request was in your packet, and bringing it to you for your consideration tonight.
Any questions, comments? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve FMLA for Sandra Perdue from April 3rd, 2023 to June 2nd, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, down to employment. Okay, if it would suit the board, we have 3 names under Cook 3 for summer food service program. Unless somebody would like to have a name pulled out to vote on separately, I'll take those all as one motion. We good? Okay, so I need a motion to approve Cook 3 for summer food service program effective June 5th, 2023. And we have Connie Boyce, Melissa Whittelkind, and Missy McCulty.
So moved.
Any questions or comments?
They were the successful bidders on those positions, and their applications are in your packet.
Is that how many we had out, Mr. McCown? 3?
Yes.
Okay, good. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve Connie Boyce, Melissa Whittelkind, Missy McCulty as Cook 3 for summer food service program effective June 5th, 2023. All in favor say aye. 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 Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, need a motion to approve summer custodian 3 itinerant effective June 5th, 2023. Michaela Props. Okay, we have a motion. Any questions, comments?
So just one comment. There were 2 positions posted, only 1 applicant, so we will repost and hope to fill that position.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve Michaela Props as summer custodian 3 itinerant effective June 5th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, just one here. Okay, need a motion to approve bus operator for Summer Energy Express and other extended school programs effective June 19th, 2023, and that name is Melissa Dotson.
So moved.
Oh, go ahead.
So moved.
Any questions, comments?
She was the successful bidder on that position.
Very good. Okay, so we have a motion to approve Melissa Dotson as bus operator for Summer Energy Express and other extended school programs effective June 19th, 2023. All in favor say aye. 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 Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to, and here on this one, folks, we have 2 names. I'll take them as one motion unless somebody would like to have a name voted on independently. Okay, so I need a motion to approve Amanda Moore and Ashley Bumgarner as bus operators for summer extended school year program effective June 6, 2023. So moved. Any questions or comments?
So there were 2 positions posted as needed, and we've got 2 successful applicants here for you.
Very good. Okay, so we have a motion to approve Amanda Moore and Ashley Baumgartner as bus operators for summer extended school year program effective June 6th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, down to number 5. Have 2 names here, same thing. Anybody who'd like to have one pulled out? Did I miss something, Mrs. Cummins?
That's June the 6th, but yet summer school down here, teachers are June 6th. Just wondering if we're off today.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You know which one's good? Mr. McCann?
Is this the maintenance?
No, we have bus operators for summer extended school year program that start on June 6th, but we have summer school teachers that start on June 5th. Do they have a day of?
I could address that, Mr. Mayor. On the 5th, there's staff, but there's no kids.
Okay.
The groundskeeper can work. The buses don't run till the 6th, I believe.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, that makes sense. They have a day of
I
plan.
didn't mean to interject.
Okay. Okay, so let me get back where I'm at. Okay, there are 2 names here. We'll take them as one, unless somebody wants one pulled out. So, need a motion to approve general maintenance groundkeeper effective June 5th, 2023, Zach Tanner and Thomas Bennett.
So moved.
Mr. McCown?
Yeah, they are the successful bidders for that. Their applications were in your packet.
Well, you say that every time.
And
Okay, we have a motion to approve Zachary Tanner and Thomas Bennett as general maintenance / groundkeeper effective June 5th, 2023. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, now we have summer programs teacher at Worth County High School effective June 16th, 2023. And the name is Don Myers.
So moved.
Questions?
so the posting is for 2. We only got 1, so we will repost to hopefully fill that other position.
Okay, so we have Don Myers. We have a motion to approve Don Myers as summer programs teacher at Worth County High School effective June 16th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. We're number 7. Have 3 names here. Take them as one motion unless somebody would like to have a name pulled out. Okay, so I need a motion to approve Callie Darty, Carrie Lemley, and Brianna King as summer enrichment program teachers at Worth County High School effective June 16th, 2023.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So the posting was for up to 4, so we will again try to find a 4th, and this is for the enrichment STEM stuff that the high school did in conjunction with its credit recovery.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve Callie Darty, Carrie Lemley, and Brianna King as summer enrichment program teachers, Worth County High School, effective June 16th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, need a motion to approve Jessica Arthur as summer PK teacher for student assessment effective June 15th, 2023.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So this is to do the pre-K testing and screening.
Any questions? Okay, we have Jessica Arthur. We have a motion to approve Jessica Arthur as summer pre-K teacher for student assessment effective June 15th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, here we have 2 names for summer program teachers at Primary Center. Take them as one. Okay, so I have Rebecca McCowan and Jessica Arthur as summer program teacher at Worth County Primary Center effective June 16th, 2023. Need a motion.
So moved.
Any questions, comments?
So we posted for up to 4. We only have 2, so we're going to keep looking. And this, Jessica Arthur in this role will be teaching summer school
Okay.
in addition to the pre-K screening testing that
They won't, is that pre-K testing just one day, or is they not conflict of any way?
it will not conflict because the elementary summer school is going to be the afternoon only. Energy Express will be in the morning, then our summer school is going to be in the afternoon.
Any other questions? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve Rebecca McCown, Jessica Arthur as summer program teachers, Worth County Primary Center, effective June 16th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay. Need a motion to approve Rachel Compston as summer speech language pathologist for assessment screening effective June 15th, 2023.
So moved.
Mr. McCown?
So we posted for one and got one, so
Okay.
happy to have that filled.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve Rachel Compston as summer speech language pathologist for assessment / screening effective June 15th, 2023. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to number 11, summer program teachers, middle school, and there's 5 names. We'll take them as one unless somebody wants one separated. Okay, so I need a motion to approve Nathan Edwards, Shawnee Hill, Aaron Carper, Jeremy Kirby, and Amy Bevel as summer program teachers, Worth County Middle School, effective June 5th, 2023.
So moved.
Mr. McCown?
So again, pointing out this was for up to 8, so we're still going to try to fill those others, but happy to bring these 5 to you tonight.
Okay, we have a motion to approve Nathan Edwards, Shawnee Hill, Aaron Carper, Jeremy Kirby, Amy Bevel as summer program teachers, Worth County Middle School, effective June 5th, 2023. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Sound like a broken record. We have substitute custodians. Have 2 names. Going to take them as one. Okay, so I need a motion to approve Thomas Bennett and Ashley Roberts as substitute custodians.
So moved.
Mr. McCown?
So they were the successful bidders for that. Their applications were in your packet.
Very good. Okay, we have Thomas Bennett and Ashley Roberts as substitute custodians. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to substitute maintenance. Have 3 names. Take them as one. Okay, so I have Ronald Amos, Thomas Bennett, Amanda Moore as substitute maintenance. No, I need a motion. Okay, getting ahead of myself. Mr. McCown.
So happy to get some additional substitutes on there. So their applications were in your packet.
Okay. Any questions? Here none. We have Ronald Amos, Thomas Bennett, Amanda Moore as substitute maintenance. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, now we are down to reductions in force. Okay, need a motion to RIF, speech language pathologist assistant.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So the letters for both of these were in your packet, and in that letter, if you read, they had the opportunity to request a hearing before the board, and that was on the board for the last board meeting. Neither requested a hearing, and so that is why that got struck. But for this position, this is the first time that we have ever had a speech language pathologist assistant. And we didn't really, since we'd not done it before, we learned a little bit as we went. And what happened was this person had to have somebody that monitored and evaluated their progress in that position. And so it ended up being much more work for the speech people that we have. And it ended up taking some time from the speech people that we already have. and it isn't the most efficient way to meet the speech needs that we have. So with that, I'm asking the board to RIF that position, and then we will repost, instead of a speech language pathologist assistant, we will post for just a regular speech language pathologist. If we get one, good. If not, we'll probably look at contracted services to fill that niche if we can't fill it with a regular full-time person.
And I do believe that we need to put a name in there. We actually,
Yes.
we're voting on a
Yes.
person. So that name is,
Wait, are we voting on a person or a position?
It's the
the
person
RIF
that
is-
is in the position.
yes, the person will lose their job, so we need the person is being, the position is being ripped, the person is losing their job. So we need to actually put that in, that's the person we're doing. Although there's only one of them, we still need to do it. Okay, and that name was Courtney
Kaminsky.
Kaminsky. Anybody need me to spell that?
Yeah.
Questions from Mr. McCown? Hearing none, we have a motion to reduce in force the speech language pathologist assistant Courtney Kaminsky. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, now I need a motion to reduce in force extracurricular contract to Worth County Middle School Special Ed Coordinator, and that name is Danette Hardbarger.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So this letter was also in your packet. The middle school, as you may recall, was labeled an additional targeted school with the last round of WVDE. And with that comes some additional things that the middle school is going to have to monitor and keep track of, since they are on that additional targeted school for special ed. So we have an extracurricular contract, and in that extracurricular contract, Dee was the person holding that, doing some duties with IEPs and some other things. We need to change what that job description is and add additional duties to that, and we can't do that when the position has a person in it. So I'm asking the board to RIF that. We will make amendments to what that job description is and repost.
Questions? And at that time, Mrs. Hardbarger meets the criteria and wants to, she can be back in on the new job. Any questions?
How much time are we anticipating between the effectiveness of the RIF and the reposting?
It'll be up, if not tomorrow, this week. So, yeah.
We good?
So a matter of a day or two.
So we can have it RIFed and then reposted without a loss of service for only.
There won't be any loss of service.
No, she'll continue
This
this
is
year.
for she'll finish out her contract for this year. This is for the subsequent new year starting July.
After July.
So the reposting with the additional changes of duty would be reposted in time enough for continuity of services.
Yes, so right now, the extracurricular contract for this school year will still be in play until the end of the school year. This is going to be for starting July 1 through the end of the next school term.
Okay, any questions? Any other questions, I should say? Hear none. We have a motion to reduce in force the extracurricular contract at Worth County Middle School Special Ed Coordinator, and the name of that is Danette Hardbarger. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to need a motion to approve the 23-24 school calendar. So moved. Mr. McCown.
So we have had the two public hearings for that, and we discussed the public comments. So initially, as you know from our rounds of public hearings. We had 3 calendars, and we put those out to a first round of voting. And in the first round of voting, calendar 3 and calendar 1 were the top 2 scoring. So we then put those top 2 calendars back out to staff members to vote. And the prevailing calendar was calendar 3 by a margin of over 20 votes.
Mr. McGowan, would you mind if you could just sort of go and highlighting what that calendar
Sure.
entails?
So calendar 3, we put a copy of it in your packet. But calendar 3, I'm going to have to look over my glasses here because the bifocals aren't making it big enough. So calendar 3 would have a beginning day for staff on 8/14, and then a full week off for Thanksgiving break, a PL day, so kids would be off, but staff would have a professional learning day, the Friday before Christmas break, then off for Christmas break from 12/25 through January 1st, another PL day on February 16th, and then spring break taking place from 3/25 to 3/29. I believe that's the week before Easter, and then a PL day on April the 1st, a PL day on 5/23, and in bar of inclement weather and snow days, this would have the last day for students taking place on 5/22. And yeah, then the regular closing. There's OS days in there if we would have snow days, and then the final closing day of school on 5/30.
Okay, questions? Okay, hearing none. We have a motion to approve the 23-24 school Work County school calendar. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to volunteer chaperones. Need a motion to approve volunteer chaperones, Deanna Hatcher at Work County Middle School and Stacy Mills at Work County Primary Center.
So moved.
So, yep, they're in your packet. And I think this is for this current school year.
Yes. Okay, we have a motion to approve Deanna Hatcher, Work County Middle School, Stacy Mills, Work County Primary Center as volunteer chaperones. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, so we have struck out one assistant coach per sport. Mr. McGowan, you want to give
So
an
briefly, in thinking about this a little bit, I think we need to have a definitive list, and just like I have asked you to abolish and authorize positions in the past, instead of that being the motion, I think I will have it in writing from the head coach, yes, I need and want an assistant, or no, I don't, and I'll bring that to you. It will serve as documentation that this was offered to everybody, and if some sport doesn't want it, we've got it documented that it was offered to them, they turned it down, so it would be documented so that nobody could come back and say, well, this is a Title IX disparity. And then with that, I would then ask the board specifically to authorize each one of those positions so that it's transparent what we're doing instead of just saying one per sport. Also in that, I think what we brought to you was only the SSAC things that are there now, but with the growth that we have seen in esports and the growth that we have seen in archery, which aren't necessarily SSAC, I think we've got a lot of kids there with supervision. So I think it would be appropriate to put that to you for an assistant esports person, and then to authorize an archery coach and an archery assistant coach. We've had volunteers that are our board employees to help with that and be on the bus and do some things. But it would be simpler if those people were hired as a coach and then are covered under our insurance. It would make life a little simpler with that. So that is my intention. I needed a little bit more time to do that. Then I don't have that quite ready this evening, but it would be my intent to bring that back to the board in the near future.
Questions? Although we're not motion, it's, yeah. But if you still have questions, they might help Mr. McCown sort some stuff out. Okay, hear none. We'll move on to number 5. And at this time, I will entertain a motion to increase principal contracts to 261. 3 principal contracts to 261. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, so at this time, go ahead, Mr. McCown. I'm sorry.
So yeah, that is the recommendation that I'm bringing to you at this time. I have copies. If the board members would like the handouts that were in the packet last time that had the breakdown of what that would be, if you would like to see that again.
Thank you.
So we're just voting here on just the principal?
Just the principals. Okay, so we have motion. Floor is open for questions, comments. Okay, hearing none.
No, I got
You're still, very good, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, this is a lot of money that we are asking the taxpayers to pay for. And as previous discussions, there was no mention of any improvement in student performance or reduction in student behavioral issues or increase in graduation rates. So I encourage everyone to think about the amount of money that we will be spending for no stated increased benefit to the students. I'm not sure if this is the best way that we could spend our taxpayer money.
Other questions, comments? Well, again, I've said this, I feel like I'm a broken record sometimes, but although, to quantify, we didn't say that there wouldn't be that, saying to quantify it would be very tough. But you have such things as just day-to-day supervision of students. You have the times those principals are working in the evenings that they're not getting paid for, okay, past their school day. The telephone calls that they take in the evening, which are during weekends and evenings or during their time off, which let me tell you are numerous. So to say that there's no benefit, I think is not genuine, okay? I think there is benefit. What we're saying, we've been upfront about, is that you can't quantify those things. But these people are on the job all the time, okay? If they're in the grocery store, at home, whatever, they have to answer a telephone and they have to make those decisions. So there is benefit.
What are the benefits? Not saying that they don't work hard, but what are the benefits that the students will get if we do this?
They'll have their parents, okay, although their parents are getting their answers now, we're going to pay those people. We're going to see that people are compensated for their time.
So what's the benefit to the students? Because you're articulating a benefit to the employee, which I understand, but I'm wanting to know what's the benefit.
That is the benefit to the student.
Well, and I will add that if we have a longer summertime contract length with assistant principals, it will give us opportunity to to have those folks attend professional development that we have to offer. And we have done some of that, but we have just paid the person piecemeal to come and attend those things. If they're under contract, we instead of asking, will you, we can say, you shall, and make them attend. But again, we've hashed this. We've had 2 previous discussions with it. I don't think you can make a guarantee that student achievement is going to increase with contract length. I don't know that that's tenable to extrapolate that cause and effect. But I think that, again, I was on the phone having a conversation with a principal at 9:30 last night. If you attended prom, you attended National Honor Society induction, the high school principal was on the clock Friday night setting up, Saturday most of the day taking care of prom, Sunday National Honor Society. And again, they are on the clock basically 24/7, 365. This would be paying, instead of having an unpaid Z day, those days are going to be paid. Instead of the Z day, it would be a vacation day. And I think Mr. Metz said that as well, that they're on the clock a lot. This is going to be compensating them for that.
That raises a question for me. Does that mean that, when I was hearing this, I was thinking at the end of the school year, like with the 240 contract, they'd have another 21 days after that, but that's not it.
With the head principal, that is not it. So with the 240, they have 20 Z days that they can take here and there, but those are not paid days. Where if it's a 261 and it's vacation days, those are paid days.
Okay, so how do you determine those, just for my ignorance, how you determine which days are the extra 21 days?
So,
like you said, they work Saturday and Sunday, okay, that's 2 days, but does that take it from the end, or how do you
So typically, they don't get to count the Saturday and Sunday, even though they're working, but if they would put in a vacation day, they're getting paid for that day. With the Z day,
Okay.
they're not getting paid for that
I
day.
understand that. But if
Now,
they did
to clarify, with the 220 and the 230, moving to 230, that would be 10 additional days that they would be working that they otherwise would not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same as anybody that has a 261 now. Okay, they're not working. It's the same thing.
Right.
Okay, with the exception of, again, service personnel, because of the non-exempt, it's exempt or non-exempt. I always get that backwards, Karen. For service personnel. For overtime. They're exempt, right. So, if they're working over their 40 hours a week, then they're going to get overtime. The principals and those people aren't.
But that actually wasn't a question here. Is it a 261 day, is that just, does their end of the year stop at the same time as if it was 240? I guess that's me.
So yes, their calendar days and the days they work are going to be the same. So I think the other difference between there is the Z days typically don't get to roll over. If you don't take them, you don't get to bank them, where our policy with vacation days allows them to have up to 30. If they save them and don't take them, they could accrue up to 30, to have up to 30 at a time.
Same as with any
Same as with
261.
all of
Right.
the 261 employees.
Yeah, it's no different than what's being done now.
So no different than what's being done now for the
Or
When it comes to
for
261
any other
people.
261-day employee.
Yeah.
So they get an increase in vacation days. Is that?
They don't
You
have
mentioned
any
vacation
vacation days.
So
So
240-day employees currently do not get vacation days.
And 261 get how many vacation days?
The 21 days.
So we would be giving them 21 vacation days if we
We would be
extended?
giving them 20, instead of their Z
Instead of-
days they take without pay, they would get 21 vacation days.
So we're
Same
not-
as anybody with a 261
So we're not increasing the number of days they're working, we're increasing their vacation package?
That,
So we're
if
increasing.
that's the way you want to term it, yes.
Yeah, okay, so we're paying for this and we're not getting any additional work, we're just getting a larger vacation compensation package.
They have no vacation package.
So it's a larger vacation compensation then? But no additional work days? No
That's
additional
correct.
days that they're going to be in the office, actually?
Except for when they're in the office, when that they're on those Z days, okay? Because they are in the office and they're doing things during those Z days because it's, as people with 261 contracts do, that they're going to get compensated for the days that they're in there working when they should be off of that, when they should be off. Yes.
Well, that's probably why we'll get no increase in performance, because we're not getting any extra work days.
Yeah. That's the way you want to term it. Totally disagree with that, but that's okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, don't want to belabor the point, but I don't want to be accused of shoving anything through. But we do have a motion on the floor. So at this time, we have a motion to increase the principal's contract lengths to 261. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay.
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 Okay, so that motion fails. 2, 3. Okay, now we need a motion to approve the assistant principal's contract lengths to 230, I believe it is. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. McCown?
So that was on the first page of the handout that I gave you as well. So if you look, the current contract length is 220, the proposed is 230. The difference in the salary increase is outlined there. And to juxtapose this to what we just talked about, this would be 10 additional days worked.
Yes. Questions, comments?
I do have a question. I guess this is my own confusion. So an assistant principal then isn't required to be there as long as the principal is? Is that what this is saying?
That's correct.
Okay.
So typically, with some exceptions, a 220 contract, whether it be a counselor or an assistant principal, most generally speaking, would work 10 days before teachers come and then 10 days after teachers come.
Any other questions, comments? Hear none. We have a motion on the floor to approve the increase in assistant principal's contract lengths to 230. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay.
Nay.
Fails. 1-4. Okay, now I will entertain a motion. I did get that right? 1-4. Okay. I will entertain a motion to approve Board Office Federal Programs Directors indexing. Do I have a motion? What is index?
So I am asking, and what was in your packet is to index that position at a rate of 20%.
Okay, but is that based upon the principals getting, because the index won't be as high since the principal and assistant
Let me see
failed,
here.
it won't be as high.
So, and I don't know, my goal.
22?
My goal in this would be, and we've had a lot of numbers. So I have said that if you are a sitting principal, I don't believe that you should take a huge pay cut to go from a sitting principal to a board office director position. And I believe, and Mrs. Cummings, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that if the folks were at a 240 contract, a 15% index would put it in the ballpark of what that was.
If we eliminate the supplement that goes with it.
Karen, I'm sorry, I can't
Okay.
hear you.
If we eliminate the supplement that was attached to it, the 15% would match the index that the principals currently have. So 15% and a 261 would match a principal.
Okay.
But we have to eliminate the supplement that was attached to that position.
Yeah. So 15%, eliminate the supplement, okay, which will get eliminated when you redo the contract anyway. It won't take board action to get rid of the supplement. So 15% brings, with 261, will bring them up to where principals are right now, or maybe a little above,
It would be like really close to it.
really close.
I mean, this is just a hypothetical assumption. I mean,
Right.
based on MA 4519, so it could be or could not be, depending on who it is. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that calculation was in one of the
very
first
first
packages
one.
we discussed, and it was around $300, right? Give or
Yeah, I
take?
think it was about $300 less with the
Yeah.
example that we have. Let me see if I can find it.
Should we be discussing yet?
Well,
mean,
I just wanted to get the
Oh,
numbers.
you wanted to put it in the motion.
So I could put it in the motion, then
Got it.
we'll just, yeah, I just wanted to get the number, and then we'll discuss.
Yes, it was one of the very first ones that we did. We're taking the $3,000 alt ed, alternative education supplement, off of the contract or the position. We're replacing that with a 15% index at a 261. So based on our hypothetical
19-year
degree
person.
MA 45 person with 19 years of experience coming from a principal over to this would be $331 decrease. And
Okay, so at this time, we're looking for a motion to index the board office, federal programs director's position, okay, by 15%, and doing away, I'm going to go ahead and put that in motion, okay?
So
And doing
and
away
I
with
would, I would tag
supplement.
in, because when we repost this, it
Yeah.
more than likely is going to be federal programs / special ed director. So if the motion.
Want to call that
Yes.
program? Okay,
So if it could be
it'll-
federal programs / special ed director, that is what the new posting is going to be.
Okay. Let me restate. Okay, I am looking for a motion to index the federal programs / special ed director's position by 15% and eliminate the supplement. That is the motion. Do I have somebody make that motion?
Oh, so moved.
Okay, now we can discuss it. Okay. Floor's open.
What, I don't have those papers, what would that put us at? Or do you know what it would put, what we're increasing, what the pay would be now versus what it is?
Well, I mean, we're trying to compare, because the person that holds it right now is like a MA 45 with 41 years of service. So we were just going with a hypothetical.
And that's 15% of what the regular pay would be.
Yeah, so the examples that I put before you, I just came up with, well, if we have a newbie person come in at an MA 45 with 19 years, and at 261, they would be employed at $76,797, the way we currently have it. So that's $73,797 base with a $3,000 supplement for a total of $76,000. if we index it, they get to 73 base, no supplement, and then they would come in with a 15% index of 11,000 for a total of $84,000.
Yeah, so much, I mean, you can't give what it really is gonna, because we don't know who that person's
I'm
gonna
just
be.
trying to get,
Yeah.
a number in my head.
Absolutely. And, I don't want to speak for Mr. McCallum, but, what he's trying to do here is to see that we can get a person, whether it's in the house or out of house or wherever, whatever house they come from, that, that they might come to us and not take a huge pay cut from where they're at. And if they're a principal anywhere, or even a coordinator in another board office, okay, they're going to be making close to this. So just trying to,
So we want
Put
to
the job where it
we
needs
want
to
to
be.
get somebody that has some administrative experience. And whether it's somebody that's sitting in a board office administrator position in another county, or it's a sitting principal, or one of our own sitting principals that might be interested in bidding on that position. And I've reiterated this as the goal of this. I don't want to get somebody that has no experience. They've got an administrative degree, but they've never worked a day as an administrator. That's going to put us at a disadvantage because they're going to have to learn everything about special ed and everything about federal programs, and that's a pretty daunting task.
So then if we're looking at the top one on the list, the federal program director, with the county supplement but no index, if we added a supplement of 15%, yet dropped, or added an index of 15%, and then dropped the supplement, we're looking at what, around $8,000 increase?
Yes, it's on your green sheet. I don't know if you have that or not, but on the green sheet, we did the calculation, and it shows it was salary increase of $8,069, and then, of course, anytime there's an increase in wages, then you also have to consider Social Security, retirement, workers' compensation in order to get the full picture.
Okay, so it'd be more than that $8,000 then, right?
Total cost to the county would actually be around $9,300.
$9,300?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Did you get a motion on it?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're under motion.
I did.
Yeah, yeah, we're under motion. Here again, I say, as long as Kathy has it, we're good. Okay, again, don't want to cut anybody off, but don't want to belabor it either. So if there's no other discussion, we do have a motion to approve the indexing of 15% for the federal program / special ed director's position with the elimination of the supplement. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay.
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 So, I'm sorry, that was 3-2, right?
Correct.
2-3 or however.
2, yeah. 2-3. Motion fails. Okay, so we are down to board concerns. So I will start with Mr. Love. Ms. Yoder?
I'm good.
Ms. Sherlock?
Yes. So one of my concerns is, and we just approved a couple chaperones, how are we verifying like any type of check on them, on the volunteers and chaperones?
So you brought that up the last board meeting. I did reach out to Wood County to see what they do, and they do use a software subscription service where they do run volunteer chaperones through a background check.
Mr. McCown, I'm going to stop you, okay? Because the board concerns is about, we're going to have that discussion at a board meeting, okay? And that needs to be on the agenda. It's a valid, Mr. Sherlock. I'm with you, okay? But at this time,
I will be bringing
I'm
that
going to
back
stop
as
and we're going to put it
information.
on the agenda
Okay, so we're going to put it on the agenda for next meeting? Or?
as
I can put it on as
informational.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Just so, because it really, when they say you shouldn't have a discussion under board concerns of anything that's going to be on the agenda. Okay, so it will be on the agenda. We'll ask Mr. McCown to put that on the agenda under discussion, information discussion for next month. Because I have some of the same concerns. Okay. Well, that's not a reason we won't put it there, but yeah.
I'm good.
I'm good, or Mr. Stewart's good, and I'm good. So at this time, Mr. McCown, anything
I'm
you
good.
wish to? Okay, so at this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.